The Navy has a tradition that when a sailor crosses the equator for the first time, there's a ceremony that goes on, right?
There sure is.
Tell us about that ceremony and what is the significance
that's
of
a
it?
time-honored tradition. Our ship, when you cross the equator, before you have ever crossed the equator, you're called a pollywog.
A pollywog.
A pollywog.
Okay.
After you cross the equator and go through the ceremony, you are now a shellback. And our ship was headed to Singapore, and we dropped down below the equator. I had a date in here somewhere, but I think it was like September 12th of 71. And so, yeah, it was pretty much 2 days of free-for-all. It didn't matter if you were an officer or enlisted.
Is that still going on today?
I'm sure it is.
So it's kind of a Navy tradition.
So anyway, it starts out early in the morning. Everywhere you go, you have to crawl.
Crawl?
Crawl. You crawl to breakfast. And breakfast is crazy. They have this wonderful menu of CI or all kinds of things like this. The shellbacks have a wonderful menu, steak and eggs, and the pollywogs have
assorted sea
crater salad, fisheye soup,
blood of the red-eyed sea dog.
Yep.
Scalloped shark meat, flying fish wings, boiled sea worms.
Yep.
Boiled seaweed with sawbelly.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway,
so that was.
Everywhere you go on deck, they're shooting you down the deck with a fire hose.
And this is a 2-day ceremony?
Well, the first day, there were more pollywogs on board than there were shellbacks, and we captured them. We put the pirate flag up. We ran the flag up upside down. We grabbed them and tied them up. And
really?
Yeah, we got in trouble.
So
the next day was their turn.
So the pollywogs won the first day, and then the shellbacks got the next day.
Shellbacks got even.
All right. So now you're
you had a summons to court, and since I had a cashmere overcoat, I was nicknamed the Cashmere Kid, and I had to report up to King Neptune's kangaroo court.
Where in that?
Well, King Neptune had a mop for a wig. There were guys with helmets with horns. Everything was the royal this or the royal that. You had the royal barber, the royal executioner, the royal dentist, the royal baby. Wherever you went, you crawled. You had to crawl up to they took the 2 largest guys they could find on the ship and smear their belly full of gun barrel grease. And you crawled up to them and said, "I love you, royal baby," and kissed their navel, right? Well, they'd grab your head, and next thing you know, your face is covered in gun barrel grease.
So you survived that. And
you crawl through a garbage chute. You go to the royal barber where they sit you there and take a chunk of hair. You go to the royal dentist, and he squirts mustard and vinegar in there. And lo and behold, right after that, they would flip that chair over into a homemade swimming pool, 1 deck below. And all day long, they were asking you, "What are you?" And you were always repeating, "I'm a pollywog. I'm the lowest creature in the sea." You get into the swimming pool, and you come up for air, and they say, "What are you?" And you say, "You're a pollywog." They dump you. And finally you realize, oh, maybe I'm a shellback now. So you come up, you sign the official register. All that goes into your official record. You get a frameable certificate. You get a card to carry in your wallet. It's all part of your permanent record. And it was 2 days of fun to break up the monotony.